video today?
I'm off video today.
I bet. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, today is 6/9. This is the Happy Birthday Malaya episode. My baby girl birthday today, turn 8.
Happy birthday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My sister's birthday today too.
Okay, happy birthday, sister. This is UK. Sister went to UK.
Yeah.
Okay, Kentucky Wildcats, Big Blue Nation. I don't know about all that, but happy birthday, all the same. All right, y'all. So we back. Good podcast. I got DJ. What up, DJ?
What up, bro?
I think DJ just wrapped up. Good if it goes. Yeah. Kevin, aka the Schwab. Kevin, what up?
Another day in paradise.
It's all good. Shane, you off camera today, but Shane on Mac with us today too. What's cracking?
Chilling, baby. High as fuck, laid out, ready to talk some sports with you guys. Sherman Clump in the building.
Mr. Drop the church's money himself.
Woo!
Pop dog. What do we owe the honor? Mr. PJ, what's the word?
What's good? I'm ready.
I think he's back now after clearing his 5-year-old debt with me. He's he's ready to rejoin the team and produce some content after squaring up the whole $50 debt from 5 years ago.
You know what? Fuck your bet, bitch.
All right, so what? Now that we here, what was the bet? Do we even remember what the bet was?
I do, and I will explain it to you. Yes. So this was a few years ago when the Celtics and Bucks were playing in the first round of the playoffs.
Yep.
And the Celtics won. This was the Celtics won game 1.
Paul Pierce said
this was the Paul Pierce. It's over. It's over. So you should have known then that Milwaukee was the bet. But and you know my thing, and I don't remember what happened. Like we were arguing
right.
We were arguing that I said, like always, you can't overreact to game 1. And you were, yapping this, that, and the other. I'm like, all right, let's bet. So we bet like 2 large pizzas. And Milwaukee won. Then they won 4 straight, if I remember correctly. They washed. I don't even think any of the games were even that competitive. I don't remember like what the final scores were, but they washed them 4 straight. And you decided to finally square up that whole $50.
Yeah, it was a long time coming. He would bring it up sparingly. There's a lot of times where I dropped the ball. I dropped the church's money.
Yeah.
But I want to be a man of my word and pay my debts, and it was time to do so.
Yeah, better late than never.
Better late than fucking never. I'm sure you took it to Portillo's or somewhere and got you a nice fucking corn dog or whatever the fuck you eat over there. But
I blew it on UFC on Saturday.
Corn dog.
Shit.
Man. Well, Shane spent the money the way we all probably figured he was going to. So that shit is funny.
Better that than meth. So I'm for it.
All right, man. So now that Prentice done paid, I guess we got him back full time now, man. So we appreciate that. So let's get into some NBA, man. So right now, we did our predictions. But I'm gonna jump, I'm gonna jump back to round 1, we did our prediction for round 1. Jump back to round 1. So the Lakers are going fishing. All LeBron fans on here, y'all like I checked on y'all, last week, but are y'all okay? Like, what's up, man? Let's talk about the Lakers, man.
I'm gonna go first as a career-long LeBron fan. Like, you got the years of greatness when since probably 09, 08. He's been the best player in the league since
07.
Yeah, probably up until maybe last year, maybe the year before. I don't think he's a top player. I mean, top 2, top 3. That time has come where it's that dreaded time where that player that you loved. I loved Shaq when I was younger, and you see that tail, Father Time kicks in, and It just is not the same anymore. And I think we're at that point where, I mean, and that LA team was, hurt, didn't play together, didn't play well. You knew once Anthony Davis went down, they didn't stand a chance. So I think they'll go for one more run next year. Maybe they'll try to bring somebody in to pair for the future with Anthony Davis. But I don't expect LeBron to be the
They bringing back Drummond.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't expect LeBron to be the main fiddle in LA any longer. Like, we've got our glory days with LeBron. Now it's time to watch him be a not a second role, but a wingman to somebody to help him get over the hump.
Wait, so who he gonna get it that up to? So like, who gonna take over the lead role?
It has to be Anthony Davis. It has to be. I mean, that's what they signed him for. That was the bringing him there.
Yeah, you're right, but like, when LeBron is not in the game, the Lakers, like, plus minus is like terrible. It don't matter if Anthony Davis is in the game. When LeBron is not in the game, they look like the Pelicans when Anthony Davis was a rookie. They just be out there, like, nothing else be happening. So you can say that, but bro, like, AD has to like prove it, and he missed the glass too. So like, he got to deal with that as well. But like, when Bron not in the game, ain't nobody worried about the Lakers.
Yeah, I'm with DJ here. I've seen a lot of takes like within the last week, that Father Time, a lot of Father Time comments out there, right? And we know Father Time's undefeated, but I'm willing to concede that LeBron's not the best player in the league anymore. There's multiple guys that are better than him right now. I think we can all pretty much agree on that. But like DJ said, without LeBron, I mean, they were horrible. Like, it's just not that good of a roster. And if you don't have Anthony Davis fully healthy at full strength, playing to his best capabilities, they never had a chance. We knew that. Like, I'm not willing to like sit here and concede that like LeBron is done or something. Like, he's still a very productive player. He's just not, we can name multiple guys that are better than him right now. And this isn't 2015, 2016 LeBron or Miami LeBron. We know that. But like, he's still a very productive player. You just need, and I don't know exactly what they can do from a financial standpoint, but they need to make improvements to the roster. I said last year entering the season, I didn't love the pieces that they kind of switched in. Like, I said this all along. I do not like Dennis Schroeder at all. I've never been a fan of his game, and I don't think he particularly meshed well with LeBron. Even losing a guy like Danny Green was kind of an underrated loss. Like, he was not good in the finals. We know that. He didn't shoot well, but up until then, he was a very good player. Like, that's a 3-and-D guy that's been there, and that's what you need around LeBron and AD, 3-and-D guys. And you just didn't really have that this year. The Kyle Kuzma is nothing. The Montrezl Harrell signing, that was a disaster. Marc Gasol, Andre Drummond, like, what? This is just not a roster that was ever really built to, to cater to like what LeBron and AD do. And I'll be the first to admit, like, I thought like they were going to at least get back to the finals, and assuming a fully healthy AD. But now that I kind of look at it, like, even if AD was healthy, I don't know. I'm not convinced they would have won the West. Everybody talks about the injury excuse. Like, yeah, it's valid, but the roster was just not that good. So I don't know exactly what they can do, but you got to try and figure something out, because I will agree that LeBron this isn't LeBron that can go win you a playoff series by himself anymore, but he's still a very productive player. You just need to put the right pieces around him and, add that in with a healthy AD, and you got a shot to get back to the finals next year. He's not done. I'm not ready to concede that.
No, but he's Robin now.
Okay.
He's not Batman anymore.
Okay. You can still win a championship with him as a Robin.
Like,
that's fine.
That's cap. Like, he's still Batman.
No, he's
He's
not.
Batman because No, he is because the guy that was robbing this year is Bruce Banner after Thanos hit him. Like we still waiting. We still waiting for that. We still waiting for we still waiting for the Hulk. We still waiting for AD to be the Hulk. Like we still waiting for that guy, and that guy is not consistently there. So like if you telling me that he's Robin, who is Batman? Who is Batman? Because if you said
Batman was
AD
hurt.
is like even before he was hurt, like this whole season, AD just was kind of there. He was just like out there. Now you can't say, well, they was tired because of the thing, because LeBron is 10 years older than him, and LeBron was still playing at a really high level, but AD was out there going through the motions. So who is Batman? Because as far as I can tell, even at ADP, like when Bron is off the floor, that Lakers team sucks. Like they better with AD on the floor, but at like when he playing like at his highest level, when Bron not on the floor, like they team just look terrible. Like it
before
just
LeBron got hurt this year too, like he was the favorite to win MVP.
exactly, and that's my
So like,
but
what do we even?
that's my point.
Right.
That's
I agree
my
with
whole
you.
point.
I agree with you.
I'm not a Bron fan either, but like I'm like, well, if y'all telling me that he washed and it's all these players better than him and he not gonna be like Batman, like bro, like he was a top 5 MVP candidate before he got hurt. So like you can't sit here and say, well, it's all these guys that's better and he not that when for 40 games of the season he could have been the MVP. Like that's kind of hard to like say. Now he gonna get time to like rest and get himself back together, but I'm not even seeing all these guys that's like better than him. Like
Yeah, but before he got hurt, he did. I mean, yeah, and not to cut you off. I mean, I still
no,
think
you good.
I personally still think he's a top 3 player in basketball, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, and that may be it. But
Yeah.
I think from my perspective, when I say Father Time start to set in, I think as you got later in the season, he didn't recover from injuries like the old LeBron do. LeBron didn't stay hurt long. LeBron was back on the court, and even in the playoffs, and in that series versus Phoenix, a lot of it was standing around 3-point line, not playing defense, not grabbing rebounds. I mean, he subtled. He subtled in a lot of those games, and
he did.
it's hard to speak on these guys, especially this season, coming off the bubble, and they had so little time to rest and to prepare for the next season that it was a grind to a lot of these people. I think even winning the championship this year is going to be just as hard as winning the one last year, how short the season was and how close these games were. But it's you start to see that rust and that fatigue set in with him towards the end of the season. My opinion.
I think he saw the
right.
writing on the wall too. He saw the writing on the wall that this was just not a very good roster. And, coupling that with the fact that AD was just not going to be able to get through the playoffs healthy, they really had no chance. I mean, it would have been interesting. It would have been interesting if AD never got hurt, but just now kind of looking back, like, nah, this team wasn't winning at all.
Did he quit on them, do you think? Because that's like some of the little chatter.
I wouldn't.
I don't think so.
Far.
I don't think so.
No,
I think that's what Mike want to talk about.
Okay.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm just saying, man, you sub yourself out the game. What was in the first half, like in an elimination game? I don't know what else to say, man. So, I mean, you got your buddy Chris Paul on the other end of the court kicking your ass, and Devin Booker trying to run off 40, 50 points. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like you said, Shane, the writing on the wall. It's like everybody time comes. This is my time. Like, the only person we ain't really seen really go out like that yet, damn near, is Tom Brady. And that's because he came back and won. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
he was starting to look. It's funny because he looked washed when he was in New England those last 2 years. But
if he never came back after that pick 6, that would have been his story. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. Yep. Good point.
And his day is still going to come because, like we said, Father Time is undefeated. You know what I'm saying? So, as a member of former Brian fans Anonymous, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of sad to see because it's like it's another hero that we've been watching almost 20 damn years. You know what I'm saying? Like, we done seen the ups and the downs of this dude's career, and he was one of the guys during the social media age. You know what I'm saying? That like we watch, he goes 0 dark 30 every, what I'm saying, postseason and shit and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So I said, I think he gonna wait for his son to come, see what options it is out there so he can play a season with his son to make a different type of history. You know what I'm saying? It's like
that's like
with Kobe.
On.
It's like with Kobe, like the winning was over after a while with Kobe. It was like he wasn't gonna lead the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to go ring chase. I'm just about to hoop, and I think that's kind of where LeBron is at now. And
yeah,
as far as the Lakers building around Anthony Davis, I think that's kind of like what they have to do. Either that or they're gonna be a garbage Laker team again, like they was before they got Shaq and them guys, and then after Kobe, so
I somewhat agree with that about LeBron, but LeBron is so obsessed with his legacy. Like that Jordan shit bothered him. And I think he wants to continue to win to attempt to jump Jordan. I think he will never jump Jordan, but I think the debate is a legitimate debate, but I don't think anybody's greater than Michael Jordan.
He got to let that go. He got to go after Kareem record. He probably the only person with a real chance at Kareem's record right now. I don't know who else playing right now has a real chance. Like I would want to say KD, but KD missed too much time, and he probably gonna miss even more time. LeBron got to go at Kareem record. He gonna pass Karl Malone and go play with your son. Them are the only two things he can really do at this point. Because right now, the way that the league is set up, like KD, like he got it, man. Like, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But like, it's going through the East now. Like the West, that West run is over with. And if LeBron's still in the West, yeah, he got a chance to get to the championship. But like, he got to find different ways to cement that legacy. Like, go do shit that other people couldn't do. He got a real chance to break Kareem record. He get to play with his son. He can run up all-star appearances. He's going to get more all-NBA appearances, you know what I'm saying? Hell, go get you a defensive player of the year. Shit, you ain't did that yet. Like, try to go do that. You know what I'm saying?
He might be top 5, like, points and passing. Like
he's going to have – he's going to have all the individual records by the time it's done. I don't agree with P-Jack when he says, he's going to just keep doing this to catch Jordan in the rings. I mean, look, LeBron's legacy has been set for years. And he's going to have all the individual records that we just talked about. He's got 4 rings, 4 finals MVPs. I mean, if he gets one more, that's just adding on. I think he's going to know when it's time to go, he's going to go. I don't think he's going to be on the court just like one of these guys that just won't leave and that's just wash. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, he doesn't need to.
He's too competitive, bro. If you look at, we brought up Tom Brady. Every time Tom Brady got mentioned with a Peyton Manning, that shit bothered him. Peyton Manning, same way too. Like you talk about great players, and motherfuckers just want to keep adding rings to say, no, you're not on my level. There's no quarterback in comparison with me that I have to do it. And I think LeBron hears that comparison so much. If you ever listen to any of these players talk, the younger generation respect the hell out of LeBron. But you ever listen to some of these older guys, they don't praise him in the media ever. They give that man no credit. And so when that Jordan conversation happened and you get guys like Stephen A that go on TV and saying, oh, he had no chance.
I mean,
like, and then they get on the shop and everybody, they bring up this bullshit. I don't think I'm the GOAT. Yeah, that shit bother people. Like you still want to lead a game as the best. And he's looking for every avenue possible to where there's no doubt where somebody going to come out and say, no, he better than Jordan. You would have to, as a competitor, you would have to.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I just don't think that he's not going to be 43 years old out there, getting, 9 points, 8 rebounds a game or something, just as a guy that just can't play anymore. When he knows, like, I can't do this at a high level anymore, he's going to walk away. He can do whatever he wants.
No doubt.
Like, he's not going to be one of those guys. Like, Allen Iverson's my favorite athlete of all time. The end of his career was an absolute disaster, and it was really, really hard to watch. Like, and we've seen a lot of other guys in sports and a lot of other top names that have gone out like, oh God, make it stop, please, no. Like even Kobe to a certain extent. I mean, like those last years.
Jordan?
Right. I mean, I don't.
Hold on, P-Jack. Hold on, P-Jack. Hold on, P-Jack. Hold on. George was still averaging a dub, though, bro. Relax.
On the Rivers.
Yeah.
On the Wizards. And had to compete for a playoff spot. So
he did. He was still averaging a dub. He was still averaging a dub.
And he took time off. He took
Yeah.
time off too. Don't forget that. It came back. So we
He
ain't
was
gonna
still averaging a dub.
The
He
first
was
season,
averaging
the
a dub.
first season,
No.
the first season, that
The
second
first season-
season, that second season was like hang that shit up, Mike.
That nigga
No,
only
he was
played
still
like 20 games.
but he still was averaging a dub in that 20. He was still cooking guys.
But yeah, man.
I knew I would get the Bulls
Shane.
fans on that one.
I hear what you're saying, though, Shane. Yeah, and I mean, we don't want to see Brian as a shell of himself. I always thought like Brian got to this time, like he would be like a full-time power forward, like, you know what I'm saying, like playing on a block a little bit, a good passer out of the block, like a real like power forward, point forward type guy, even focus on a little bit more defense. So it's funny seeing him like really embrace that point guard type role. And yeah,
Niggas weak, bro.
Well, I will.
He's
What I
supposed
will
to be
say,
doing that. AD's supposed to be a lot better. Like Bron's supposed to be doing that. AD's supposed to be a lot better so he can like pass the torch on to him. But he can't because when he leaves the game, that team goes to hell. They capped out. They don't got no money. They're gonna have to try to sign guys and all this other stuff. Like, I don't see how they're gonna be able to upgrade this roster and like all these pipe dreams that I'm seeing Lakers fans talking about some Damian Lillard and this and that. Like, bro, you're not about to get no superstar when you have nothing on your roster. You have nothing nobody wants.
Right. What do you have?
Nobody on your team. Like, are you kidding me?
I think that's kind of the problem, which is, you know, if we really want to get real hot takey on here, you know, maybe, just maybe LeBron says, you know what? We got a ring here. You go ahead, let this be AD's team. You guys go, you know, let me clear up my cap space. Why don't you guys send me out to Golden State or back to Miami? You know what? Why not? Why not? Somebody brought that up and I thought about it. Why not? The Lakers are in hell. If it's just LeBron and
too comfortable.
I mean,
he got two houses in California. Like he's too comfortable.
Hey, Mike, you know California. How far is the Bay Area from LA? He can make that trip.
Oh,
why
you
not?
talking about
get him to
Golden
State?
I don't know, bro.
Why not?
No.
Why not? If I'm the Lakers and I'm kind of realizing, well, shit, LeBron in a way is kind of handicapping us because if we keep this thing as is, we're praying that Anthony Davis is healthy in May, and we're going to take a shot at a title with these guys, even though it's iffy at best. Why don't we trade them? Clear up that space, get some picks, get some players in return. We know
they too loyal. They too loyal. They too loyal. The Lakers ran through that same problem with Kobe, and they would not let Kobe go. Kobe was getting paid.
I'm saying if
$45 million a year.
If LeBron wanted to leave,
Kobe though.
If LeBron wanted to leave, I think they would come. They could come to an agreement.
100%. LeBron did what he was supposed to do in LA. He won him a title. I think the LA move, was more for LeBron and his future business shit he had going on. You know what I'm saying? Set his son up, you know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff, though. That's the only reason why. But
That's been done already.
I've seen crazier shit happen, right? Like you said, it's been done. Like I've seen crazier shit happen in the NBA. I mean, did y'all remember when Kevin Durant went to the fucking 73-win Warriors? So anything can happen, bro. Like
guys, I got a stat. And this proves how meaningless the NBA's regular season is. Prior to this year's playoffs, Durant, Harden, and Kyrie played together in a total of 8 games. 8 games. And it looks like right now they are just going to truck the rest of this playoffs, right? Who is going to challenge this team? I will put my right hand up and say I was dead wrong. I thought it wasn't going to work. I thought there was going to be I thought Milwaukee had a shot. And you know what? I don't even have any hot takes about Giannis or Milwaukee. Like everybody wants to come up with these takes. No, they ran into a fucking buzzsaw.
No, the Bucks are gonna buck.
Yeah.
I said it. Like they was gonna buck eventually. Like and now is where they're bucking.
How are they bucking? They're just getting trucked by a team that's
because it's the same thing.
So hold on. So let's segue into that next part. We're gonna go right into the second round. So let's go right into the second round. Shane and DJ, y'all have y'all way. Schwab, PJ, y'all jump in. I'm gonna refill my drink. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Bucks Nets right now. Let's get to it.
I say the Bucks is bucking because I'm out here watching Mike James cook these guys. Mike James, are you kidding me?
Joe Harris.
Like they like they're the same exact team. They just got True Holiday. Look at what Chris Middleton is doing. Like before the last 3 minutes of the half in game two, folks was like 0 for 7. What are you doing? The buck is bucking. Giannis can't shoot free throws. They like standing back. They daring him to come downhill. He can't. Guys just out there like, and so like KD taking that matchup personal. Bud is not making no type of adjustments. It's been no Harden. So if you think Giannis is that good, if you think Chris Middleton is that good, you think Drew Holiday is that good. So you got guys that you think are that good, and you got KD, and then you got Kyrie, and then you got a bunch of guys. Blake Griffin looked like he in LA,
rejuvenated,
and
man.
yeah, and so like the Bucks are bucking because like you know how like when we had that one podcast and we were talking about something, it's just Andy Dalton, dog. Like when that was the thing, like I thought about that with Chris with Chris Middleton, like dog, it's just Chris Middleton, like because the Bucks are bucking.
I don't know how you can say that this is the Nets just being good when James Harden has played 48 seconds of this series and the Bucks are just getting absolutely paved.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's a good combination of both though. Like I think the Bucks are bucking, but they ran into the wrong team at the wrong time. I mean, that everybody on the team is shooting lights out. And like you said, Kevin Durant's out there taking that matchup personal. And Milwaukee has no adjustment for him. They don't know what to do. Can't play the right defense.
Bro,
Giannis,
you got
like you said,
the defensive player
over.
of the year, the 2-time reigning MVP, and you don't got no adjustments. Like you don't, and y'all are a defensive team, and y'all just, bro, y'all don't.
But
have
that just
no
show, but that just show you. That just, I mean, I think right there shows you the levels of talent in this NBA. When you talk about an all-world talent like a LeBron James or an all-world talent like Kevin Durant, and then you see how Durant is doing Giannis. Like Giannis can be a 3, 4, 5-time MVP, but there's levels to this shit when it comes to Kevin Durant and LeBron James and Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant.
So
it's
KD,
different.
So
when it's
if
playoff
KD
time, it's
all
different
world,
basketball.
so if KD is all world, Giannis is like what, all state? Like he's local? Like what is it? The reigning 2-time MVP?
If you comparing apples to if you comparing apples to apples,
he all state. He all state.
He all state. He all state.
Yeah, and I'm not.
If we compare apples to apples,
I'm not saying the Nets are better without Harden. Certainly, they're not. But I mean, this is the lineup that they've used the majority of the year, like that's played together the most. You know what I'm saying? Without Harden, so like they are used to, you know, they are used to what they're putting on the floor now. I mean, we know what Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are going to do, but like when you got Joe Harris just banging threes. Blake Griffin looks like LA Blake. I mean, not even just the fact that he's making threes and dunking now, like defensively, like he looks really good. I mean, it's just, I don't see how anybody beats them. I said from a stylistic standpoint that the only team that I thought could beat the Nets was Milwaukee. And, you know, this series is a wrap. Better chance of a sweep than Milwaukee is of coming back. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't know what's next. I don't know what's next. I mean, the NBA's got a problem. The NBA has a problem that when you can do what the Nets did and just not, you know, load manage the hell out of the entire regular season and then just, you know, blow away the playoffs, why should people care about the regular season? Besides like the diehards, right? Besides guys that are really true NBA fans that really love watching the game every year, every day. Why should a casual fan care about the NBA regular season when it is truthfully completely and utterly meaningless?
Because but they're gonna blame COVID though. Yeah. But Shane, this year they're gonna blame COVID. So like if they do that next year, then yeah. But this year they're gonna be like, well, we are in trying times. So that's
it's a smart and like I'm not criticizing the Nets for what they did. Like from from a strategical standpoint, I mean, doing what they did and trying to get through a season, and like we said, like the goal is to get to May. And you know, I know it started different this year, but the goal is to get to May
Healthy.
fully healthy. And you know, there were certain teams that were just not. And that is an interesting point with COVID. So maybe that changes it a little bit, but I think the whole load management thing is still just going to happen. Why would Kevin Durant and James Harden play on a back-to-back in January? You know what I mean? Like for what? For what? Especially a guy like Kevin Durant that was, you know, coming off Achilles surgery. You know, like that's if you can get to the playoffs, they have to figure something out of either total games or some sort of incentive. There needs to be another incentive for these teams to be winning games. Otherwise, it just doesn't matter. Seeding doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, because I think you got to be like, what is it, like 65 games, something like that, to qualify for a postseason award. So I think that's like one way to do it. And then like I know Adam Silver was trying to find folks for, you know, especially sitting out on road games when, you know, local fans are coming to see you, you know, 1 or 2 times a year, whatever the case may be. So I don't know, man. I had the Nets, you know, as I gotta say on here many times. My money been on the Nets since before the Harden trade, before the season. So for me, it's like, okay, this is the same team damn near I expected, except for they got Blake Griffin playing like he back in LA. So yeah, he just finessed the hell out of Detroit. Like, cause remember I was on here like, yeah, Blake Griffin, he got step back threes and shit. Like Detroit, like this shit kind of lit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and now it's like, oh, Blake Griffin is dunking and Giannis, like making this nigga get out the way. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're
Yeah,
going to the next. We're going to the. Go ahead, Shane. Go ahead, Shane.
I had Bucks +4 in the first game, and Harden goes down 48 seconds in, and obviously I don't cheer injuries, but I'm thinking, oh wow, you know that's an advantage now. And then all of a sudden I'm watching the game, and fucking Blake Griffin out there, howdy doody looking fuck, is just burying 3 after 3 after 3. And I'm just like, good God. And then you got Joe Harris just splash. And I mean, and they're playing defense. I'm like, Jesus. And, you know, Middleton's taking off balance, you know, mid-range
That's the
shots.
thing, though. They defense, like, they are actually competing on the defensive level. I'm watching Kyrie Irving get down like in a squat stance. I'm watching guys hustle. I'm watching them do all the stuff they did not do in the regular season. Like, and I think that's bigger than anything that they're doing offensively, is that they are competing on the defensive level.
Yeah.
And no, I don't think nobody really expected that, like, because I sure in the hell didn't, like, and so I think that's the difference. They're competing. Like defense, half of defense is like trying. Most of you guys don't be trying. Like me and Mike talk about like screens all the time. Guys just allow screens to happen and then it switches. Guys don't fight over screens, like they just, all right, you just walked in front of me, all right, so I'm sticking this guy that suck. Like, and so like, but the Nets have been competing on the defensive end, which is crazy.
Rob, any final takes on Nets Bucks?
Just that, I mean, the Bucks appear to be taking a cue from minority owner Aaron Rodgers and not showing up in June.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Well, Schwab, while I got you, man, let's talk about that other Eastern Conference series going on right now. Shit. We got the Hawks and we got the 76ers. 1-1 now. Joel Embiid got the torn meniscus going on. For everybody watching, you know what I'm saying, if y'all tuning in good if it goes jam, you know, we had DJ and his takes on Ben Simmons on our Wild to Damn Hate segment. And on the other end, you got Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks. Younger guys, young-ish feeling team. My only take is that John Collins' ass ain't been showing up, and like I thought he was gonna get that max deal. Now it look like he might get that max deal for the Shanghai Sharks or something. So, Schwab, we can start with you, and then we can just go around, man. Let's talk about Hawks Sixers.
I can't get into that series too much, frankly. I mean, with Embiid banged up, you're competing to see who's going to get boat raced by Brooklyn in the next round. I mean, let's call it for what it is. I think Philly could have made it interesting if Embiid was healthy, but if he's not 100%, they have no shot.
Yeah, but at least Atlanta, Philadelphia is more entertaining than the Bucks and Nets. I mean, I really like this this Hawks roster. Like they're fun to watch. I like the way they play. I still don't think they have enough to probably get over Philadelphia, but I think it's at least a 6-game series now. And a lot of respect for Joel Embiid, man. Like that guy's playing. We talk about Anthony Davis, right? Always hurt, always, it's hard to rely on. Well, Embiid's kind of the same way. And like you see Embiid going out there playing with all these ailments. And I mean, I'm just like, I watched this move he had yesterday. He had the ball at the top of the key and he just put it on the floor twice and did like a reverse layup from the middle. And it's just like, it just got me thinking like the skill level that some of these bigs in the league have now, as opposed to like when we were growing up and watching the back to the basket guys and like watching guys like Embiid and Jokic, which is a fun debate. Like which one would you rather have? But Philadelphia, man, like is anybody going to talk themselves into Philadelphia giving the Nets a series?
No, not now.
DJ, what's a series? Like more than 5, more than 6?
Yeah, a competitive series.
Mean,
close game. Close game.
Why we acting like Embiid dead? Like my man went for 40 last night.
Yeah.
Because we don't know. We have no idea if he's going to be healthy in Game 3. Like you can't rely on it. I love the guy. I don't get me wrong. I love his game. I got a whole hell of a lot of respect for him, but I have no idea if he's going to be on the floor in Game 4. You know what I mean? If he's going to get hurt Game 3 and not be able to play Game 4. And I've said this on this show many times. I am not a Ben Simmons guy. And I mean, I don't know like where he's been, but when you're a a supposed superstar and you cannot make free throws and you cannot score, like you can't shoot, you're limited this time of year. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. You're supposed to be the guy that's, stepping up and helping Embiid out. And where are you at? Like we still got like,
this ain't Ben Wallace in 04.
I think Philadelphia is going to win the series, but I mean, I don't have any money on it. Like I wouldn't really bet on that. Atlanta's tough, man. They can score, and like they don't defend really well, and they do take a lot of bad shots. But when they get hot, man, Bogdanovich, Trae Young, these guys can.
Gallinari, I think Gallinari and Huerter had 15 both apiece at the half.
Yeah, they just lost DeAndre Hunter for this season, which sucks.
Yeah, another guy.
That sucks.
Cam Reddish ain't been there either. Like they got guys, and it's just like Trae Young's definitely the catalyst. Having a guy like Trae Young on your team, because Trae Young wants you to get buckets too. Like it's like, I can go get 30, but I want you to have 30 also. Like,
man, the lob that he throws when he gets into the middle of the paint and then he just throws that touch lob up for the alley-oop to like Capella. It's pretty, man. I really like watching Trae Young.
And like I'll be the first to admit I was completely wrong about Trae Young. And DJ know it. Like I was like, this dude shit not gonna translate.
I'm with you.
Like
I mean,
the way he did assisting and scoring, I had no clue that was gonna translate to the NBA. It's like it's just not. And it is, and he doing it in Atlanta. Like he don't got no other superstar on his team. It's just him.
I thought he was gonna be tough. I thought he was always gonna be tough with that.
How though, P? How? And college basketball. So how?
Because he only. I mean, my man didn't he was. Let me rephrase. Didn't he lead the country in assists his junior year?
Yeah.
So it's like.
Or sophomore year,
had the passing ability. I think everybody took and ran with the Steph Curry comparisons, and that's where they looked at it like, "Oh hell no!" And that was probably a bad comp, but I mean, the dude can play. He just small. That was the only real knock on him. He was small.
And one thing that kind of he fell victim to, which is obviously no fault of his own, but he was drafted ahead of Luka. Right, and it's just not fair. It's just, I really, really hate doing this when we constantly compare guys just based on where they were drafted. Like, why can't we just enjoy both? Like, look, if you're
they do that in all sports though.
If I'm starting a team right now, obviously I'm taking Luka.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean Trae Young's still not very good.
And Trae Young got a playoff series win. So
absolutely.
He got a
But
playoff
like,
series win, and Luka does not have that yet.
but like
Luka
we
a top
taking Trae
five.
Young because
Luka
like,
a top 5 player. Trae Young top 30?
Nah, he higher than 30. He gotta be higher than 30.
Top
but
20,
like,
25?
but if Trae Young 6'6", we having a different conversation.
Yeah,
like,
man.
No doubt.
That's the
Oh, no
only
doubt.
that's really the only thing. And so like I thought he was gonna be like solid. I didn't know he was gonna be good, but then like I had trolled Mike like the whole season, and then I was like, damn, I was right. But like he got up to that really, really, really slow start, and then after a while, he like figured it out. And really, the knock on him is that he's small and he really not gonna play no type of like defense whatsoever. And so like I thought that some of the things he was doing was going to translate, but I didn't know he's gonna be able to put up like 28 and 9 his second year or whatever, like something crazy. I didn't know that, but I thought that some of the things that he did well was going to translate. And really the biggest knock is he not 6'6", and they got traded for each other, and they in a really good spot. Like Trey down there with all the niggas and ATL, and then Luka with the MAGA Mavericks in Dallas. So like that's good.
Hold on.
They're
Hold
Europeans.
on. But we're gonna move on after this. First off, Dallas is a blue city and county. Okay. We're very progressive. All right. We welcome everybody. You know what I'm saying? We have one of the best, you know what I'm saying, LGBT communities. It's Pride Month right now, you know what I'm saying? So just as an example, all right. So ain't no MAGA shit going on here. It's real nigga shit going on in Dallas.
Rick Carlisle looks like he paid somebody to attack the Capitol on January 6th.
Relax.
He gives off serious.
Rick Carlisle is only one of the coaches that I know you don't want to fire in the NBA. Shane.
He's a fantastic coach, but he looks like he looks very MAGA. He gives off that vibe.
We gonna move forward. We all pretty much in agreement. Hawks, Sixers, good series, but we probably picking the Sixers. Schwab, like you said, this series basically to see who gonna lose to the Nets, so it is what it is. All right, so we talked a little bit about the Suns. We talk about their series they playing right now up against the Nuggets. What we thinking about this series? Nuggets, Suns. I'll say that the Nuggets were my pick to hit to win the West before the season started. Although I did not pick them at the beginning of postseason, I picked the Lakers, which I think all of us picked the Lakers damn near. I think Schwab, you had them losing, I think, in the first round. I think you was the only person. Somebody picked the Suns in the first round. I think it was Schwab. But anyway, we pretty much, but I picked the Nuggets though. So Nikola Jokic is now the MVP. So shout out to the Joker, you know what I'm saying? First, second rounder. I mean, my man's got drafted during a damn Taco Bell commercial. Like the Nuggets tweeted like this is how it all started. And there was a goddamn Taco Bell commercial, and Nikola Jokic drafted 41st overall. So this dude just won the MVP. But let me hear y'all takes, man. What y'all think about this series, man? It's gonna be competitive. Are the Suns really like that? Is Jokic gonna play MVP ball and his team gonna step up with him? Like, what's going on,
y'all? I think it's easily the most intriguing series out of the four.
Say more.
I like the Suns to come out of the West. The way Chris Paul's been playing, Devin Booker. I think with DeAndre Ayton, they can hang with Jokic. So I think they have what it takes. I think they have what it takes to be competitive with Brooklyn too. And then Denver, obviously, Jokic had a phenomenal year. If I had to guess, I would say whoever wins this series takes the West.
Okay. So I like that. We're gonna talk about the other series in a second. Anybody else? DJ, PJ, Shane, what we thinking about Suns Nuggets?
I think I got the Suns in like 6 or 7. I think that Denver probably gonna run out of guys that can score, and I feel like they got a good game plan on how to stick Jokic. Like let him get his, but don't let him get too involved with everybody else. And so if you stay home on everybody else, you force guys to really, really, really show up. And guys that's really can get their own is only really Michael Porter Jr. And his head don't always be in in the game too. Like he be sometimes just be floating through games, and he don't always be like, I need to go get buckets. And so if the Suns don't, like do anything different, and they let Jokic get his, but don't get everybody else involved, then I'm picking the Suns to win the series because what makes Jokic dangerous is not only can he score, but getting other guys involved. And then you look up, he got 26 and 12, and then you like, when did that happen? Versus he got 26 and 3, and then now y'all down because Monte Morris ain't getting no open shot. Um, Paul Millsap ain't like getting open shots because hey, we got somebody guarding you. And so that's why I picked the Suns. I just think the Suns probably got more scoring and they are more like balanced team.
Yeah. Okay. PJ Shane.
Yeah, I like what Mike said. I mean, DJ said. I think it's a 5-game series. I think Phoenix. If y'all been paying attention to some of these teams, definitely with COVID, like Phoenix has a legit home court advantage when they play at home. Like them fucking fans are out there and they rowdy and they cheering and they going crazy in these games. And I think Denver just runs out of gas. That was another team that played late in the bubble last year and they just won a 7-game series. But I think DJ explained it perfectly. Like I think even now I'm watching the game now, it's Jokic gonna get his and they fine with that. The others got to beat him. Tito and Randy got to score buckets, and I don't think they have it in them right now. At least from what I've been seeing in the 2 games so far. Like Jokic gonna have his at halftime. Third, fourth quarter, they just run out of gas and they just don't have enough scoring to compete with Phoenix in this series.
Yeah. Shane.
I'm staying with I like Denver's chances a lot better than you guys do. Apparently, it feels like a 7-gamer, and I think Denver's going to win both at home. Will they win tonight? Maybe, but I feel like both teams have good home courts, and who's going to be able to steal one on the road. And I'm going to go again. Same reason that I took Denver over Portland was they have the best player in the series, and I think Jokic can do enough, get enough guys involved, and some of these guys are not big names, but they can score and like they can play. And I think Denver's just kind of been slept on a lot. Mike, I know you were higher on him than I was. That was when they had Jamal Murray, but I still question Chris Paul's health for this whole series. Like he's definitely hurt, and as good as Phoenix is, and I give him credit, they are. Devin Booker's incredible, but if Anthony Davis doesn't get hurt, the Lakers probably still win that series. So I'm not. They had a 2-1
knock on Phoenix though.
Right, that's true.
Because LA still got the 2. I mean, you would have the best 2 players in the series on that team. So I don't think that's a knock.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a knock. I'm just saying I think I think we are overrating Phoenix just a little bit. I don't think like they're going to wash Denver. They might win tonight, but I think Denver wins both at home, and then I think they'll get 1 on the road. I think Denver's going to win it, and I'll say 7.
So they're not world beaters, but they might be the best team or the better team, rather. Right.
No, unfortunately, and we're probably going to get to the next point, but I think the best team in the West, and believe me, I hate to say this, is Utah.
Me too.
And I just saw that clown that should have been deported last March of 2020. He won Defensive Player of the Year.
How? It should have went to somebody else.
Which is
get him out of here.
He should be playing in France right now.
You are right. Get the Jazz out of
here. Shane, hold a thought. We're gonna go right into it, y'all. We're gonna go right into it. Last series to talk about. Jazz Clippers. Go ahead, Shane. Let's hear it.
I think the Jazz are gonna win. And I guess we're gonna find more out about Mike Conley soon. Like they're gonna need him back. But the Clippers, when you're kind of forced to play Rondo and Luke Kennard and rely on them, sorry. Like you can only go so far. I don't care how good Kawhi Leonard is, and we know he's been great. But
Playoff Rondo.
but that, like I said, that Dallas, even that getting to 7 games, like that Dallas roster, I'm sorry, Mike, but besides Luka, that Dallas roster is shit. Like they had a couple guys that can shoot, but their second best player is a 7'4" freak that sucks. Like
Yeah, he wasn't even their second best player.
right. And like he's, the Clippers barely won the squeak by in that series. Utah's tough, man. And I think Donovan Mitchell is becoming a real superstar before our eyes. Everybody talks about Booker, and understandably so, but put some respect on Donovan Mitchell's name.
Yeah.
Like he's right there. Like he's right there with the Jamal Murray and Booker.
Yeah, I mean, just to interject while you saying that, I just seen he just had his fourth 40-point playoff game, so that ties Karl Malone for a Utah record. And like as we all know, Karl Malone is second all-time leading scorer, and Karl Malone used to get busy in the playoffs. Much as I hate that pedophilic motherfucker, deadbeat dad ass, bitch ass nigga. Yeah, he was a baller. He could put points in the basket. So I just wanted to mention that about Donovan Mitchell also. Go ahead, Shane.
Yeah, I'm totally agree on all points about Karl Malone. And it's funny, we just talked about him and Porzingis back to back. They're both, sexual assaulters. But I'm with you on Donovan Mitchell. And I think Utah is I'm rooting against them. I don't want this to happen, believe me, but I think Utah is gonna win the West.
Any more thoughts, y'all? Let me hear
Nah,
this.
I really hope you wrong, Shane. But if that happens, that happens because like I feel like you can put a toss up on like all 4 teams that's left, and then pick one, and then you told me that they won, then fine. But like you said, Rudy Gobert should be playing at like the French YMCA. I really, really, really like Donovan Mitchell. I just wish he was on like another team that wasn't like Utah. Like just like why like Utah? Like they don't deserve like nice things there. The series for me gonna come down to Pandemic P. He shot 4 for 17 yesterday, and Luke Kennard actually played well. Rondo was kind of but like I'm not about to say well they about to like wash them. I really don't know who's going to win this series. I guess I'll say Utah because of home court advantage. Maybe Utah in 7, but if Pandemic P actually wakes up and actually wants to like play, it's a different series. Because yesterday, even that game, you got wide open shots. They just did not fall. The last 3 minutes of the game, you got Marcus Morris, Pandemic P, and somebody else who I can't think of shooting wide open threes, and they do not fall. Kawhi Leonard created a whole bunch of like open shots for guys, and then they just did not fall. And so, your second best player gotta be great. You can't just have him just be there because Donovan Mitchell had a great game, but that game still came down to the last shot, and then everybody praising Gobert like he blocked the shot that probably was gonna be off anyways, but get him out of here. Like Gobert don't deserve like nothing other than like go eat some croissants and go sit down somewhere.
He should have been deported.
No, you're right. I agree with that. Like he should have been like they should have took his visa. Like they should have told him he can't come. Like he could play on like the French national team. Like that should have been the last time we saw him. He coughing, touching mics last year, doing all type of silly stuff, crying every year because he don't get to
Gobert hate. Damn.
I can't stand Quinn Snyder too.
That's next week. That's next week. I'll say the rest of it.
Quinn Snyder,
a good coach, man.
I didn't say he's not a good coach, but like when you look at him, like he looks. Oh God, he just looks like
face.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to Ace, former Good If You Go staff. Shout out to Ace up there in Canada, somewhere probably in rehab for the 4th time or something with the punchable face. I knew Schwab was gonna like that one. All right, man, come on. We're gonna move on. NFL, man, we got a couple takes. Now, we talked about these guys 2 weeks ago. So we had some developments. I'm going to start with Julio. We're going to go on A-Rod, but I'm going to start with Julio because it's probably a little less time on that. So DJ noticed I've been high on the Titans the last couple of years. I really like their defense like 2-3 seasons ago, and, of course, with Derrick Henry. I like Ryan Tannehill. As a Bears fan, any quarterback is a good quarterback to me for the most part. But I like Tannehill because he doesn't really make mistakes. and all he has to do is say, "Hey, here you go, Derrick Henry. You do the rest." So now they have like a legit like the Titans have like damn near one of the best offenses on paper, like if not the best. I think maybe only Tampa Bay and probably Kansas City is better, in my opinion. Now, it's a couple of y'all on here who I defer to in football, and I see a couple of head shakes. So we're going to get into this Julio to Tennessee thing. Prentice, I'm going to go to you first, dog, because you look like you ain't feeling what the fuck I'm saying at all. So I got to hear from you, dog. Let me hear from you, dog, because I defer. I ain't going to cap. Prentice played college football, you know what I'm saying? And that's more his sport, football, than mine. So I'll defer to my brother here. So let me hear. Tell me where I'm wrong, dog.
No, I mean, you're not wrong. I love Julio Jones, and I love what he's going to bring to the Titans, but they don't have Patrick Mahomes. So none of that shit matter. At the end of the day, they ain't stopping Kansas City. The goal of the game is, can you outscore them? And nobody has an offense in the league that can outscore them. I mean, you're going to have to tamper them like they done in the Super Bowl, and Tennessee don't have them dogs on defense to outscore. They're going to be fun. They're going to be fun to watch. Julio probably be rejuvenated, come out and go out and have a 1,300 yard year. 8 tugs probably, but they're going to be fun. But come playoff time, I think you're going to see the same results that you've always seen.
I'm sorry, Mike. I need to interject here a little bit, but it's nice that the Titans added Julio Jones, but they still have a coach that punted on 4th and 2 in a playoff game at the Baltimore 40. They punted on 4th and 2 at the Baltimore 40 in a playoff game when you're playing against Lamar Jackson and your defense is average. I mean, it's just hard. It's hard to get excited.
That's that Belichick coaching tree.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, it's Julio Jones, great player, but again, can this guy stand up for a whole season? I don't know. I mean, it's
always hurt. That's right.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's hard to kind of, I don't know, like it's hard to get, I think, I'm not saying I want this to happen, but I kind of think this looks better on paper than it's going to turn out to be. Like, I do think they are the class of that division. We know Houston's terrible. We know Jacksonville's going to be terrible. I've said it 100 times. I'm not a Carson Wentz fan. I do not think Indianapolis is a playoff team again. I think Tennessee will probably roll. I think Tennessee will roll through that division, but like, I don't think like Julio is going to be some like huge impact guy. Like, I think he can be in spots, but I mean, I think it kind of looks better on paper than it really is, but they're already a good team. So it's not like, not like they really needed him. I think it's fun. It's interesting. And
here's the thing, though. I mean, it looks, you're right. I think it does look better on paper than it really is. I think not only is his impact in the passing game, but it also makes teams account for him on defense, and that's going to open up opportunities for Derrick Henry.
Yes, sir.
For sure. And I think they probably even want to pass even more now to even save a guy like Derrick Henry more. I mean, you don't want to keep giving Derrick Henry, millions of carries a season, or else he's going to kind of slow down like any other running back sooner than.
But is he though, Shane? Is he gonna slow down, though?
I mean, I'm not saying he is, but I mean, you gotta be careful with the way you manage running backs. We know this. Right. I don't care who you are. Right. We were just talking about father time, and father time comes for running backs faster than it comes for any other position in any sport.
You're right. You're absolutely right about it. And Derrick Henry a fucking anomaly, dog.
No doubt.
This dude, like the season me and DJ was just talking about it. Who was the running back drafted over Derrick before Derrick Henry? I forgot who it was. But it was like nobody wanted running backs that year, basically.
Yeah. Nobody wanted backs.
And he would have made every team better. Like, of course, hindsight always 20/20, but I don't know, dog. Like last year, AJ Brown, like, took a step that I don't think he did what they thought Corey Davis was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
AJ Brown is really fucking good.
AJ Brown is legit.
He got to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, he got to hold on to the ball, but like, I think he still played like my assessment has been he was what we thought Corey Davis, well, what I thought Corey Davis was going to be.
No, you're right.
So like now adding Julio to that, like Tannehill got to be like, I know this motherfucker Tannehill is like, how did this happen to me? Like, wow. Like, how did I get
Single
placed?
coverage. Single coverage, yeah.
Yeah,
Single
I
coverage.
give
Like,
I give Tannehill a lot of respect. I give
Oh.
Tannehill a lot of credit, man. I thought like after Miami, like that dude was done. Like, he
done,
had no-
yeah, me too.
and I mean,
I had no clue he was gonna take Mariota's spot. You know what
Me
I'm
either.
saying?
yeah,
No,
yeah,
me
and
either.
he's a good like.
He's serviceable. He's
I-
above serviceable.
I mean,
And
I would.
Yeah.
He's
Bears
better
fan
than.
here. So Tannehill will probably be like the best quarterback ever in my franchise. So like
Stop, man.
I might
Stop.
I'm wrong incorrectly
saying
because
much.
I don't know what a good quarterback
Stop.
looks like.
Stop.
But I damn near think that he's
Stop.
pretty good. So
Stop.
Tannehill's an above average quarterback, man.
Yeah,
and a
he
hell
is.
of an
He really
athlete
is.
too.
Yeah.
Which I don't think people pay attention to because like it's mostly on Derrick Henry, which it should be because Derrick Henry, he bringing power backs back. Like we don't get just ground and pound dudes like this straight north and south every time. Like and like this dude, he goes out on third down. Like he's not a third down back. Like he is like, hey, oh, somebody got to catch the ball. I'll step up. Come on in, Deion Lewis. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, hey,
that's crazy.
I mean, I think
yeah.
I don't really know. You know, I think Tennessee was good to begin with, but they weren't better than like Kansas City, right? And I don't, you know,
Kansas City, Baltimore.
Yeah, Julio gonna make them better though. Like he's gonna
have like if he's
he
out
gonna
there,
yeah,
if he's out there, he's
yeah.
going to help
because
for sure.
even like they said like over the past 5 or so years, like even with him missing all those games, he still ranked like top 3 in like all categories. So like he damn near the best. Like when he's like healthy, we don't know. You know, of course, guys be missing games, and then he stay missing games. But if he's out there, man, like it opens up a lot for their offense because now we're not about to just throw guys at like one wide out. Like we can't double nobody, and then we not just about to just sit everybody in a box like we normally would because of Derrick Henry. So he gonna make that team better. But like you said, Shane, I don't know if he's like maybe they're the third best in the AFC. I still like Kansas City and Baltimore better. Baltimore, I'm kind of like fighting with, but like I definitely like Kansas City and Baltimore better as of right now because of the Titans defense, like some of y'all mentioned.
Well, to plug my one of my picks that me and Mike did on the GIIG betting show. The team I have winning the AFC this year is the Los Angeles Chargers. So,
Chargers.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Go watch episode 1 of
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike.
If you want to know Shane's reasoning, we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that.
You know what?
It's some damn good reasoning. I damn near sprinkled a couple dollars on it myself. It's some damn good reason. I'm just gonna keep it.
Listen to it. I broke it all down. Michael posted after the show.
We gonna hound you all year for that one.
Please do.
Let's get it.
If Joey Bosa can play 16 games, maybe, but
17. Don't forget 17 games this season.
That franchise is cursed, man. They lose too many close games.
Yeah, that's
we'll
what
see.
I'm
we'll
see. In Casey's division, I don't know.
Is that still 7 teams make the playoffs?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep, super wild card. So speaking of one of them playoff teams, a division winner, Aaron Rodgers holding out Jordan Love season. Schwab, we gonna go ahead and let you go and do your thing, dog. Cause you hinted to it a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Follow me here, okay? Nothing about the Jordan Love pick made any sense from the beginning because you're not sitting the guy for 3 years, like I've seen some fans on Twitter suggest. Not in today's NFL, where the whole idea of drafting a quarterback is to take advantage of that cheap rookie deal. So unless the idea was for Love to sit last year and then take over this year, and then like Roger said on the Pat McAfee show, he threw a monkey wrench into plans by playing as well as he did last year, it doesn't make sense. Because there's the other aspect that people aren't talking about with this that they should be. Sports had already been paused for a month and a half at the time that draft took place. So Green Bay had to know, or at least have it in their head, that they weren't going to be able to have full capacity stadiums in September. That being the case, you have to know the cap isn't going to go up like it normally does. Best case scenario was that it was going to stay flat. And in that case, that means waving goodbye to either Bakhtiari, Jones, or Lindsley. And then as it was, the cap went down. So not only did you not have money to make the team better, you didn't even have money to keep everybody that you already had. So, and then last year's draft pick, you would really like him to be a contributor now when he's going to be on a cheap rookie deal. And you're telling me that the plan all along was for that guy to be on the bench? I don't buy it.
All right, somebody else. I hear you, Schwab. I'm following. I
Because
hear you.
like no, Schwab right, because when it comes to those rookie deals, because people were saying like, well, what can the Packers do? Well, they can just throw a bunch of money at Aaron Rodgers, give him a 2-year extension, blah blah blah. As we know, quarterbacks play longer. They can play at a high level, close to their 40s or like early 40s, and so if Aaron Rodgers continues to play at that level, next thing you know, you got Jordan Love out of his rookie deal. Like he's done with that rookie deal, and there's no option to like extend him and see. And football not like basketball where they make you a restricted agent and then you could do this, do that. No, they either gonna cut you or they got to franchise tag you or they got to figure something out, right? And so the whole point of it was to at least show something in your rookie deal so you can get a bigger deal and you are going to be our guy. And now Green Bay just in like a really weird situation because they don't really got like nothing to show for it. And then you hear
Is it?
all these reports coming out and none of them is like really good about like Jordan Love. Like this is the time where you should be lying the most. Like niggas in Green Bay can't even lie good right now.
Oh, right.
They like, all right, he all right. He took a snap. He had a good
Tom
drop
Ledyard,
back. Like he had a
Tom
good
Ledyard put it perfectly.
yeah, like he had a good out route. Like they're not even lying good now. So that lets me know, like, bro, they in trouble because they trying to figure it out. And of course, winning solves all. So let's say Aaron Rodgers sign, he come back and he win. Y'all still gonna be in this same position next year because I don't see them winning the Super Bowl. So then, all right, y'all had another good season, but then you wasted a draft pick because that Jordan Love rookie deal is gonna expire. And then what? Like, and so man, I don't really understand the reasoning
No,
be like for that draft pick and for like everything that happened since then.
Tom Ledyard from Pewter Report put it perfectly. The fact that they're this dug in against trading Rodgers, when you think of the value he could command in a trade, like look at what Detroit got for Stafford. My God, I mean, you could get half a team for Rodgers. And think about this. Let's say they had traded Rodgers and they decided, you know what, the plan was all along, Love's going to be the guy now. And Rodgers, he helped us out by playing out of his mind last year. They get all these picks. Now they have the money to re-sign Corey Linsley. Take one of those picks, send it to Atlanta for Julio Jones. And you're starting Jordan Love this year with Aaron Jones behind him, Julio
Okay,
on
all
one
right.
side,
That's
Devontae
enough.
Adams
All
on
right,
the
all
other,
right, dude. Okay,
Tunyon, an
okay.
all-pro
What are
offensive
you
line.
talking about? Trade for Julio Jones, and then what? You got to give him a new contract too, because that's what he wants. So, like, you're going to trade for a 32-year-old, and that's going to be your excuse for trading Rodgers? They are not trading
Devontae
Rodgers
Adams,
this year. They were never trading Aaron Rodgers this year. They will never trade Aaron Rodgers this year. He'll be the quarterback in Green Bay at New Orleans week 1. I know that you're a Schwab, you're a delusional, fake Bears fan. So like it's in your head that you're just, oh God, you're trying to like come up with these scenarios. What can I tell myself that I think Aaron Rodgers is not going to be in Green Bay this year? There is nothing. The only way Aaron Rodgers is not in Green Bay this year is if he decides he's going to sit out, which would be an all-time stupid move on his part, and he's not going to do that. He's going to play in Green Bay, whether it's 1 more year, maybe 2 more years, I don't know. Jordan Love will eventually take over. They will eventually trade Rodgers, but it will not be this year. And this is all this stuff is just for clicks and articles, this, that, and the other. Rodgers not showing up at training camp means, or whatever the OTA, whatever the fuck this is a
Minicamp.
complete non-story. It's a complete non-story.
I thought so at first too.
I disagree a little bit.
Yeah.
I disagree a little bit. And what Kevin said at first made a whole lot of sense. And DJ kind of alluded to it is like a guy like, I'll go back to Tom Brady. When you draft Garoppolo in the second round, you don't take that shit personal. You don't air out your grievances to the national media. The guys on the roster and you deal with it. But Aaron Rodgers is so sick of them not helping him.
Yeah, I'm not arguing any of those points. I'm not saying.
But if Jordan Love go out there and he perform in training camp and stories are saying, oh, he looks really good, and he goes out there and he plays in 3 preseason games and he looks really good, somebody take a flyer on him. Somebody gonna lose a quarterback in the first 3 weeks, and they'll trade for him. But you put so much negative stuff out there on Jordan Love, he's a Packer until Aaron Rodgers is no longer on the roster, and now you're stuck with him. Nobody's going to take a flyer on that kid because there's nothing positive coming out of Green Bay about it.
You can say because anybody that says they know what Jordan Love is a liar. Whether they're trying to make it sound like he's terrible or whether they're trying to make it sound like he's the next big thing.
When you're a coach, you know what you got. You know what you got.
No, you do not. You haven't seen him in any game action.
Well, that's bullshit.
You barely seen it.
What's old boy out there with the Redskins? They knew immediately what they had. You didn't stand a chance going into his second year. Haskins. Them coaches are with these players every day and practice, got film. They know immediately what they got. And
Jordan Love never played with the ones ever. In the COVID year with practice, that's just not how it worked.
And he's there now once.
Okay. So now they're seeing what they have. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you are going to start learning what you have now. You cannot go off of what you saw in the scout team.
You can't base everything off being with the ones, though, man. You know what you got. You see what you got.
You're going to make a determination on Jordan Love before you ever even see him in a preseason game?
No, but I think you have an idea at least.
Okay,
like,
so
you might not know exactly what you got, but you have an idea.
But he's not going to play this year. It's a moot point.
Who are you trying to convince?
I'm not trying to convince anybody. He's not going to play. He's not going to start for Green Bay this year. He's not. Rodgers will be the quarterback of the Packers. What do you think happens with Rodgers? What do you think they're just going to up and decide to trade him in August? No.
No, better if you don't play it, but it'll be year 2 of him not playing, and you still have nothing positive coming out about him. So then
that
what?
Would be the concerning thing. Like,
that's a problem. No young quarterback drafted in the top 2 rounds sits for 2 years, and there's nothing good out there about him. Like, that's a problem.
But how can you?
Aaron Rodgers said.
That's like, how can you?
Brett Favre, though.
And okay. Jordan Love is sitting behind Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but there wasn't a rookie weight scale.
They knew what they had.
Okay, but
and so
you're making it.
They knew what they had.
So the Packers, the same organization, do they know what they have?
The same organization.
Late round, first round draft pick.
And they were fine with letting Brett Favre go. They were fine with that.
That's true. But think about it too. At that point in time, there wasn't the rookie wage scale in place. So Rodgers was already making big money. So teams were more willing to protect their investment. Now, again, you're trying to take advantage of the quarterback on those rookie deals.
Okay, but what kind of if Jordan Love doesn't play on his rookie deal, what kind of money do you think he's going to demand? You act like he's going to get some sort of super max extension. Like that's completely irrelevant. Like this is like an almost pointless argument because Rodgers was not going to stay here forever. Like, he's going to be here 1, maybe 2 more years regardless. And then they're going to hand the team to Jordan Love. That was the plan. That's been the plan. Nothing's changed. Rodgers knew that.
Waste 3 years of his rookie deal.
Only thing that changed is Aaron Rodgers running that MVP up on their ass.
Right.
Throw a wrench in the plan.
Here's the thing there too. Like, he couldn't have been that bad in 2019. I mean, they got to the NFC Championship game with a defense that couldn't stop a running nose, much less a running back. So
he was not very good in 2019. He wasn't. Go check the stats.
Nah, he wasn't. The Packers just were.
Or they were
He
really
wasn't
good.
Aaron Rodgers. He wasn't.
Right.
He wasn't bad. He
Right.
wasn't
The
Aaron
Packers
Still a
Rodgers.
really good quarterback.
Right. The Packers
Right.
were better. If you just looked at their record, you would have probably thought that, okay, Rodgers must have been tearing shit up this year. And like they really weren't that good. Like a lot of their wins were like
Well, they
to
got
the
super
buzzer.
lucky.
Like they really weren't that good. Like they were
Oh
better
yeah,
this
no,
past year.
I get it. Like they played
were better
Detroit
this
twice
past
and
year than they
didn't
were the
lead
year
for a
before
second
that.
in either game. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
they
get
also
that.
have arguably the best system in the league too. Matt LaFleur's system is fantastic, and you know if
Except
you want
for the NFC Championship.
if Rodgers wants to go to another team, you know, good luck, man. Like you're not
Rodgers is
playing.
the system.
You're just Scott. You're just a fucking retard. That's just not true. LaFleur is as good of a schemer as there is in the league. Like your delusional like fake Bear fan thing has gotten like so bad that I don't even think you know what you're saying. It's
Stop it.
ridiculous.
Stop it.
LaFleur's system is as good as there is in the league. What did Rodgers look like before LaFleur came? He was looking like a quarterback that was really on the decline. And then LaFleur came, and all of a sudden, like LaFleur deserves a ton of credit.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so if we're
Jack gets a lot.
if we're gonna talk about where Aaron Rodgers is, 1,000%, he's the Week 1 quarterback for the Packers against the Saints.
I want you
You're
to put a
better-
guarantee. I want you to put a guarantee.
You're better off arguing who's
Jordan
going to
Love
be the
season coming soon.
You're better off arguing who's going to be the quarterback for the Saints, Taysom Hill or Winston. Rodgers will play.
I
It
want a
might
Charles.
be Nick Foles. Shit. You never know. It might be
And
Nick
no-
Foles. Hell,
If Rodgers wants to retire, give back that $30 million, and then we'll just go with Jordan Love now on this rookie deal you keep talking about that you're so fucking obsessed with. You know what? Let's do it. Fuck it. I don't care.
So Shane,
Rodgers
we
is-
won. Shane,
You
we
downplay-
won
You
at New
downplay
Orleans.
Kevin's thought process with that rookie deal. Them
You
teams
really are.
know they have to win. Kansas City, when them young players come off them rookie deals, they fucked.
Yes,
You have to
Baltimore.
win early with them players on them rookie deals. You got to.
Baltimore,
That's the
same deal.
when you paying quarterbacks $40 million plus, they're not playing with top level guys.
What
They're
makes
playing
you
with
think
guys-
that? What makes you think Jordan Love's going to get that kind of money in 3 years from now?
He's not, because he hasn't played it down.
Okay, so that's the point. So like,
You're still gonna have to overpay a guy.
no, it's not going to happen.
All right. Well, the Aaron Rodgers saga continues. Y'all will definitely hear our updates on this pod. I damn near think it's Jordan Love season, though. I ain't gonna lie. But
Andy
Shane
Dalton and
is
Ryan
our
Fitzpatrick
resident.
each got $10 million.
I'm willing to make some wagers with anybody that wants about who the Packers opening Week 1 starter is.
Yeah,
I'm
Shane-
willing to go there.
Shane
Take
said,
it, PJ. Take it, Schwab.
I was like, Kevin, go ahead and make a pizza bet with your boy.
right,
Yeah, you can pay it in 5
Right.
years like P-Jack did.
right.
By the time, yeah, well, what happens first? Either P-Jack pays up the next bet or Jordan Love's rookie contract's over.
Well, Shane said Week 1 in the Superdome, we're gonna see number 12 taking a snap. So we're
But
gonna
for which
slide.
team?
We're gonna go into the next segment. Schwab, NHL. Let us know what's going on, big dog.
Well, the Canadians swept the Jets. Tampa rolled. The Islanders finished off the Bruins tonight. So the only second round series we're still left looking at is Colorado and Las Vegas.
Colorado and Vegas, and Vegas got that
Yeah.
win last night. All right, so Schwab, what you think gonna happen? I see the Islanders bust the Bruins ass, so that's over with. I'm glad I ain't take the
Boston's
Bruins.
out. Boston's
Yeah,
out.
they out. Yeah, they out.
That's,
The
that's
Islanders,
always
man,
that's always a win when a Boston sports team is eliminated.
definitely. So
I
now we
see
got-
two uncompetitive semifinal series. I think whoever wins between Colorado and Vegas, and I'm guessing it's going to be Vegas. I don't know. It's Colorado having to win 2 in a row against a team that good. I could see them beating Montreal in 5, if that. The Islanders, I think, can put up a little more of a fight against Tampa, but even then, I'm thinking no more than 6 for that one. And last note from the ice, congratulations to Team Canada at the World Championships this year. Great story from those guys. They lose their first 3 games in the preliminary round, squeak into the elimination round, the playoffs, where they ended up having to go through Russia, U.S., and Finland. Russia and the U.S. were the 2 top teams in the group stages, and then beating Finland in overtime to win the gold. So great job to those guys.
Oh wow, Finland! Oh my God.
Don't Canada got the best fucking hockey players?
Well, here's the thing: they do, but a bunch of guys are still playing in the playoffs right now. So this is guys that are coming off the juniors. Like Owen Power was playing for them this year. He'll be the number 1 pick in the draft in all likelihood. Guys that have been eliminated from the playoffs. So that's what they're dealing with right now. Should be fun at the Olympics though next year.
So Schwab, you said you got the Lightning beating the Islanders, right?
You got the Avalanche winning it all, right?
I did. I really thought they were going to. If you're asking me for a pick now, if you want to put money on it, I would take Vegas. And then in a final series between Vegas and Tampa, I don't know.
I'm going with Tampa myself. This hockey Mikey speaking here. If we going Tampa Vegas.
Ice skates
I've been on Tampa.
here.
I've been on Tampa.
I think I would take Vegas because they got 2 goalies between Fleury and Leonard that you can trust. And they're such a complete team. They can roll 4 lines out there, and much the same way. Remember that 2013 Blackhawks team where they got a guy like Michael Frolik playing on the 4th line, and it just makes them so hard to defend. They take good care of the puck. I think it's Vegas' time.
I like Tampa. My boy Nikita Kucherov been on a crazy run this postseason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
for sure. I tap into the NHL, you know what I'm saying? My Blackhawks side of there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm you know what I'm saying, a West Conference guy, you know, but
and Vasilevsky's one of the top goalies in the league. But like I said, the fact that Vegas has 2 of those guys, I don't know.
Kucherov leading to everything down there, scoring on the postseason, no dog. So I'm gonna go with the Lightning myself. I do like Vegas Golden Knights though. Vegas Golden Knights a team I bet on quite often, and they always win. So appreciate you, Schwab. I appreciate that. Shout out to the Canadian national team too, because I did not know that. Shane, go ahead. What you got?
I want to touch on real quick, and I will be tweeting out my bets from the GIG betting account on Saturday. The UFC card this Saturday is absolutely loaded. Even if you're somebody that watches one UFC event a year, make it this one. The pay-per-view, the 5 fights are all like incredible. First of all, it's great news that there's no chick fight. Those are always a complete waste of time.
Wow, the Valentina Shevchenko hate.
No. WMMA is awful, dude. It's atrocious. Like you'll get
bullshit. We're gonna talk about that though, dog. We're gonna talk about that on the next pod. We're gonna open up,
but we got
because I'm on Valentina Shevchenko stand, dog, and the shit she doing in the ring is beautiful. But we'll come back to that though.
We got Nate Diaz fighting again, who's always
yes, sir.
And he's a 4-1 underdog.
Yes, sir.
You can get him at plus 400 against Leon Edwards.
Yes, sir.
I'm not tipping my hand. I'll post my plays from the account. We got Damian Maia versus Bilal Muhammad. Jamal Hill against Paul the Bear Jew Craig.
Yes, sir.
The rematch between Moreno and Figueiredo.
Yes, sir.
And then Izzy Adesanya in the main event against Vittori. He's coming off that loss against Blachowicz. What's he got? Like this, I'm telling you guys, like for like the most casual of casual fans out there, you got to tune into this. It's going to be fantastic. The prelims are fire too. Like there's a lot of good fights, and I will be posting my plays from the Twitter account on Saturday.
And the Twitter account is at GIIG Betting. We'll be posting plays. We got our GIG betting show also, where we'll be talking about more plays, more in depth. And like I mentioned, go check out the last episode, see Shane's reason behind that Chargers Super Bowl win and that Justin Herbert MVP pick. and a couple other things we have for y'all. Because we definitely had a couple winners on that show too, Shane.
We
had
did.
a
I
couple,
gave out.
a couple winners.
We
You
did.
know?
We both gave out multiple winners, and we plan on doing that all year.
All right. So appreciate y'all. Shout out to Quality Sports, Quantity Media, Dequan Young, you know what I'm saying? The label that pays us, you know, eventually at least. Shout out to Schwab, DJ P Jack, Shane, my band of bandits that get it done. I'm y'all hostess with the mostest Mike, and I'm off to Captain Morgan. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all for blessing us. Yeah, Dante Exxon, I hollered at you last on the last show. Good if it goes jam, but you fucking trash. I know you watching this shit, so we gonna talk about you on another episode. Fuck
was
Dante
random.
Exxon, fuck Doc Rivers. Who else? Fuck Ashley Barty because she didn't win in straight sets like I bet on her. So you Ashley Barty, you fucking ranked number one in the world. You supposed to win shit in fucking straight sets. What the fuck is wrong with you? But we're gonna stop that. Shout out to
Wild.
shout out to Chris Porzingis and Carl Malone. Y'all already know what it is.
Hold on, can I
the
get
podcast? We
fuck
out of here,
Rudy?
man.
Fuck Rudy Gobert. Fuck Chris Porzingis. Fuck Karl Malone, and fuck Ben Roethlisberger.